These last 2 evenings, we've been discussing the nature of Isvara. Yesterday we concluded Isvara is God, is the creator of the universe. And Lord Krishna says in the Gita, Mattah paratramnanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya, hey Arjuna, there is nothing other than me. Meaning that I am the maker as well as the material. I am the creator as well as the universe that is created. The creator also I am and the created also I am. If the created or the creation is not apart from the creator, then you don't have two things in the universe, you have just one thing, namely Isvara. Therefore, where is God? Vedanta's answer is, where God is not. Because what is God. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. What is Brahma or God. It brings up another question. So many devatas are here. Lord Shiva is there, Lord Vishnu is here, Devi is there, Ganesha is there, Lord Rama is there. So how many gods are there? Is it not that the Hindus worship many gods? Answer is no, there are no many gods, so they cannot worship. But for worship, it is important to establish a relationship. That's the beauty of Hinduism. That it enables us to establish a personal relationship with Isvara. Isvara is impersonal, of course, equal to everybody. But he wants to be special to me also. Worship requires that Ishvara must be have a special connection with him. Thus we have different devatas. So Lord Vishnu is a devata, Lord Shiva is a devata, Rama, Krishna, all of these are devatas. Which is the same Ishvara in different names and forms. Same Bhagavan, same Ishvara is looked upon from different standpoints. Just as a man is looked upon as father by somebody, as son by somebody else, as husband by yet somebody else, as brother, as friend, as a boss. How one man is looked upon in a different way by different people, one person. It is not the father is different, son is different, brother is different, husband is different. They're all one. And still from the same person, different persons are invoked. So wife has a special relationship with that person. The son or the daughter has another special relationship with that person. The father or the mother will have a special relationship with that person. So also brother, so also friend, so also sister. Thus all of these are what we call functional names. One person performs many functions. So these are all functional names of the same person. And each role you can call it. One person assumes different roles under different conditions. Each role brings out some very special aspect of that person. With his son or daughter and his father, a special aspect is brought out. With his spouse, with his husband, a special aspect is brought out. When parents, when his son, yet another aspect is brought out. Because the person possesses many aspects, many qualities, many attributes, and therefore different names are based on giving importance to a given attribute. And then similarly also, because it is difficult to worship Isvara in all his attributes, where he is omniscient, omnipotent, he is omnipresent. He is the creator, sustainer, dissolver, ordainer, he is everything. And we cannot relate to Isvara in its totality, our mind being limited. We want to, someday we want to. But we begin by related to Isvara in his particular aspect. So Lord Shiva represents a particular aspect of Isvara. Lord Vishnu represents a particular aspect. So when Isvara is looked upon as creator, he is called Brahma. When he is looked upon as sustainer, he is called Vishnu. Looked upon as destroyer, he is called Rudra. Looked upon as one who dispels or removes my obstacles, he is called Vigneshwara. Looked upon his mother, looked upon his father, looked upon his son. It is possible to relate to Ishvara in a variety of ways depending on how you want to relate. That's the beauty. If Ishvara is only one kind, then everybody has to relate in father and heaven or whatever, then everybody has to relate only as father. But here we can relate to Ishvara as father, as mother, as master. So you are a servant, he is master. You are a friend, you are a child. You can be a parent and worship him as your child. Thus, not that there are many gods, they are all different manifestations of the same God, same Ishvara. In order to help the devotees establish a personal relationship with God, then we have to grow further. And we want to grow ultimately to a point where we even transcend that relationship. Because ultimately, Ishvara is my own self. And there is no relationship, ultimately, he is my own self. I do not have the relationship myself, I am myself. So relationship is used as a climbing a ladder. Ultimately, to know Ishvara as my own self. And then opened up lots of possibilities, lots of kind of worship. Because in Hinduism, it's not an organized religion. There is no head of the religion who sends fatwas and things like that, and everybody has to follow only a certain thing. Therefore, there was freedom of thought. And there were so many parallel forms of worship developed in India over centuries. And now we have in India a number of sophisticated ways of worshipping Ishvara. It is true that in course of time, those methods of worship called rituals became very complex. And people had some difficulties. But the beauty about this tradition is that the teachers and spiritual leaders keep coming one after the other. And Simplify the thing. And thus, we have very simple ways also of relating to Isvara. There are very defined ways of relating to Him. The forms of puja, worship, in different upachara, different steps are there, and each one of them is specified how to remember, how to meditate upon Lord, how to invite Him, how to give Him a seat. What about puja, worship? We treat Isvara as a very revered guest. And how we treat a revered guest in that manner, we treat him. And gives an opportunity to express all our affection and love. How someone whom you love, you want to feed him well, you want to, so similarly you can offer garlands and ornaments and food, flowers. You can sing His praise, sing His glories. You can dance before Him. So you can have a very elaborate form of worship, you can have a very simple form of worship also. What is important is the spirit of devotion. As the time went on, ultimately, spirit of devotion became more and more important than those formalities. Thus, everybody has an opportunity to relate to Isvara in his or her own way. Thus, we have the devotees in India who have been the highest devotees of Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Lord Shiva, of Lord Ganesha, of Devi. For every deity, we have the highest devotees. Meaning that by worshipping them, they have evolved into very devotees of very high level. And ultimately, discover the oneness with Ishvara. So this is how Ishvara can be brought into our life. One way of bringing Ishvara into our life is by worshipping Him. In this puja, as the Mahamaharishi says, Kayavan mana karyamuttamam pujanam japas chintanam krama. You can worship Him at the level of the body, limbs. You can worship at the level of speech. You can worship at the level of mind, at all the levels. There are different forms of worship are all prevalent in the Hindu tradition. So that is to answer the question why we have so many devatas. Since we ourselves do not understand the tradition, we are also very confused. So when people confront us, how many gods they are worshipping, we get confused. Our own children get confused. And the parents sometimes are not able to explain to them. But this is the explanation behind the different devatas and different forms of worship. Coming back again now to bring Ishvara into our life, into our life. So we discuss the nature of Ishvara these days, all those days. Then what is ourselves? The I in Sanskrit is called Atma. Atma means I, or the self. Sometimes I also is called Jiva. So there are three entities in your life. Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. The individual, the universe and the creator. Those three are only reduced to two. When we say that the creation is not separate from the creator, therefore the creation does not remain an entity separate from creator, so there is one. Ishvara is both the creator as well as the creation. So now we will look at ourselves. Who are we? What is that we are trying to do in our life? Or are we trying to do something in our life? Yes, we are. We are constantly struggling. Struggling to be better than what we are, greater than what we are, different from what we are. It means that there is something that we want in our life. Human being has come with these desires. And desires keep on springing up in our mind. We keep fulfilling desires and new desires keep coming. So sometime, someday, a person will ask, what do I want? How come? In spite of fulfilling so many desires, still the desire doesn't go. The desires keep on changing, but the desire will remain the same. And desire means what? A person who is in need. A desire on my part expresses a need. A need expresses a sense of incompleteness, inadequacy. That I am not adequate or complete as I am. And I want to be adequate. So every desire is an expression of my need to become adequate, to become complete, to become happy. I find that I am not happy as I am, and therefore constantly I am trying to become different from what I am so that I can become happier than what I am. So usually the human life is a process of seeking happiness from a variety of sources. Because the objects of the world seem to promise happiness. Wealth, name, fame, power, recognition, relationships, heaven. There seem to be many sources of happiness. And I keep on trying to derive happiness from this variety of things. But I do not seem to find any lasting sense of satisfaction. Whenever my desire is satisfied, I do feel a sense of satisfaction, no doubt. But then it is not a sustained or lasting sense of satisfaction. For a while I feel happy, then I feel that still it is not enough. When I did not have anything, I wanted to become I wanted $25,000. I thought that would be fine. When I had them, I wanted $100,000. At that I wanted $1 million. And at that I wanted a multi-millionaire. There seems to be no end to what I want. This verse we have told you in the past, a very famous verse in Sanskrit, which says, Nisvo hyeka shatam, shati dasha shatam. Laksham sahasradika. Nisva, one who does not have a penny, wants 100 rupees. Shati dasha shatam. One with 100 rupees wants 1,000 rupees. Laksham sahasradika. One with 1,000 rupees wants 100,000 rupees. Means millions those days, Wants to be millionaire or multi-millionaire. Alright, all the money that you wanted, are you satisfied? Lakshesha Kshitipalatam. One says wealth, he wants your power. So he wants to be Kshitipal, he wants to be a king. Make him a king. Are you happy? Kshitipati Chakre Shavat Sampadam. The one who is the king of a given region wants the sovereignty of the whole earth. Okay? The man is sovereign of the whole earth. Are you satisfied? So no. Chakresha Punarindratam. The one who is sovereign of the whole universe wants what? Wants now to become the king of the heaven. Indra. Okay, you have made Indra. Are you happy? Surapati Brahma Spadam Vanchade. Indra wants to be Brahma, the creator. Brahma, Vishnu Padam. Brahma wants to become Vishnu. Vishnu wants to become Hara. And so forth Trishna Valim Kogataha. Who has ever attained the end of Trishna, the craving, craving can never be satisfied. Meaning that Mahabharata says, that if you give all the gold and all the objects of pleasure that are in the universe to one person, imagine, if all the gold and all the pleasures are given to one person, even that also is not able to satisfy one person. Why do you think so? Because happiness is not where I am looking for. Happiness is in a different place. All the time I am struggling to become happy by acquiring the objects of pleasure which are other than me. In fact, happiness happens to be my own nature. I said, how can I find it? When this insight comes, but Swami, how can you say that happiness is your nature? Then you should be happy all the time. Unfortunately, happiness, which is my nature, is nevertheless veiled by the clouds. Just as the sun shining in the sky is veiled by the clouds, and therefore, even though the sun is shining, we fail to experience the light. So also, the sun of happiness, which is the self, is never shining. But there are clouds of what? Likes and dislikes. There is lust, anger, greed, jealousy. All these negative tendencies or negative impulses, a cloud of these negative impulses deprives me of the happiness which is my own nature. So this is a very important insight that Vedanta gives us. That you are what you are seeking to be. You are what you are seeking to be. You are seeking to be happy, well, that is what you already are. You are already what I am seeking to be, and how come I do not experience it? Because ignorance is denying you. Ignorance and all these likes and dislikes caused by ignorance, they are the inhibiting factors. There is something that inhibits the manifestation of the happiness, which is my nature. See, if you understand this, then the process of life will change. That I want to be happy is, of course, undeniable, and nobody can grudge that desire. Except that right now I am going about a wrong way to become happy. I am still acquire things, whereas life should become a process of getting rid of things. In the process of acquiring things, I am accumulating more and more likes and dislikes. Because everything comes with its own baggage. The universe, whatever we acquire, comes with its own baggage. Nothing comes free. So baggage of likes and dislikes keeps on coming, and thus it is growing. Therefore, the process in our life should be of getting rid of likes and dislikes. If this is understood, then bringing Isvara becomes alright, becomes possible, becomes easy. Because Isvara is not away from me. We said in the first, Isvara himself is the nature of Ananda. Isvara, God, is the nature of Satchit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, wholeness. So what we call Isvara is in fact my own self. That is limitless. That is Ananda. That is wholeness. That is completeness. That's my nature. Meaning that I do not have to acquire happiness. What I need to do is to bring to manifestation the happiness which is my own nature. Therefore, now, once we understand this reality of life, we understand the reality of our own self, that I am what I am seeking to be. And now, the process is not one of acquiring what I do not have. The process becomes getting rid of what is inhibiting, what is an obstacle to my experiencing happiness. So therefore, then life is no more a process of acquiring what I don't have, becomes a process of getting rid of the likes and dislikes that I have. So that is how we can bring Isvara into our life. Because who is Isvara? On one hand, you can say he has all the possessions. On the other hand, he has nothing with it. He is free from, we discussed in great detail how Isvara is complete, whole, free from all likes and dislikes. No partiality, no cruelty. Samaham sarvabhutesu. I am equal in all the beings, Lord Krishna says. This is a very important vision. That Lord Krishna, the Isvara says, I am equal in all the beings. Even in the devil also, I am equally present as I am present in a saint and a sinner. I am equally present in all of them. Meaning that, as Vedanta teaches, a sinner also has all the potential of becoming a saint. Because being a saint is our inherent nature. Saintliness is our inherent nature. If we define in ourselves some elements of evil, such as we find in ourselves some anger, some lust, some greed, some jealousy, we do find they are not inherent in us. They are not natural to us. They are not of a nature, they are only incidental. Something that is acquired, and there was something that can be gotten rid of. Just as a piece of sandalwood, which is fragrant in nature. That sandalwood, if placed in water for a few days, its outer surface gets rotted and the sandalwood starts stinking. Sandalwood is stinking, remember. So sandalwood is fragrant by nature. It's stinking, how can it be? Is stink inherent sandalwood? Answer is no. The stink is only acquired. It's only incidental. So it can be gotten rid of. Therefore, when we rub that piece of sandalwood with a stone, in the outer surface is rubbed off, and the fragrance which is its inherent nature becomes evident. So we are all like the sandalwood. We are all fragrant people. We are all beautiful people. We are all saints by nature. Only Vedanta will tell us this. Nobody else will tell us this. And whatever evil that we see in ourselves is all due to ignorance. Is all due to abuse of free will. Because of ignorance, because of lack of discrimination of viveka, I did not know what was right for me and what was wrong for me. And therefore in the past, I did many things that in fact were not right for me. What I thought would help me, in fact, hurt me. All I need to do is to live in the right way, that's all. Use my free will in a proper way. Not abuse it, but then use the free will in the proper way. Use the free will in such a manner that Whatever I do becomes a means of getting rid of the stink which has entered my personality. And it brings out the fragrance which is my nature. The fragrance is called happiness. The fragrance is called peace. The fragrance is called love. Or happiness, or peace, or love, that is the nature of the self. That is our true nature. Sometimes someone will be, Swami, you don't know what I am. That's what you're saying. You don't know what I am. If you knew what kind of thoughts are going on in my mind, you would never say this. You say with all the confidence. Regardless of what thoughts are going on in the mind, regardless of what I have done in the past, there is a scope that I can turn around. Lord Krishna says, Apichet sudurachara bhajate mamananyabha sadhareva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi sa. Lord Krishna says, Apichet sudurachara. Even if there is a person who is given to doing all evil actions, that has become his nature. Habit, not nature. Become a habit to abuse the free will all the time. Even if such a person is there, who can be called a sinner, let us say. A champion sinner, Sudurachara. Durachara means sinners, Sudurachara. Champion of all sinners. Who has committed every kind of crime. Such a person, suppose such a person is there. Lord Krishna says that once in his mind this determination comes, there are no change. If that person realizes that what I have done is wrong, I want to change. I want Ishvara in my life. I want to bring the manifestation of my true nature. Sadhava Sama. Lord Krishna says that he is no more a sinner, he is a sadhu. He is sadachari. Means you understand that as a person of good conduct. Even though his conduct does not change, but understand, because his determination has changed, therefore consider him to be a sadhu or a person of good conduct. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. This person who is given it to perform the evil actions in short time becomes a dharmatma. Because one who slowly becomes a person who effortlessly performs all good actions. Shashvat Shantim Negachate attains eternal peace. Thus for everybody there is a possibility. Nobody is an exception. It may take some time. How much time we do not know? For example, if you want water, you will dig the well. But when will they get water? I'll keep digging until the water comes. But he already got water at 20 feet. But he's in a different soil. This fellow got water when it is 40 feet, okay. But I have been digging since 250 feet, I still don't have it. Doesn't matter, it's there someplace. Water is there. You will start in the desert, you will go 1,000 feet, but it's there definitely. And therefore, what I mean by 1,000 feet is that veil of denseness or darkness is so thick that it will take a longer time to get it up. It will go. Darkness cannot remain in the face of light. Ignorance cannot remain in the face of knowledge. The non-discrimination cannot remain in the face of discrimination. Once you have decided to be right, righteous, then unrighteousness cannot. It may try. Our habit of unrighteousness may try to assert itself. And it may be a struggle to keep on asserting your righteousness. It was a struggle. That Lord Rama required so many days to kill Ravana. It was not like easy. Ultimately, Satyameva Jayate, the truth has to win. The truth is my nature, has to win. We keep on asserting the truth. There's a value for that. So the first thing that is required in our life is a value. Value for myself. Who am I? I am Atma. I am the self, who is inherently fragrant in nature, who is inherently saintly in nature, who is a whole and complete being inherently. Which means that my incompleteness, my inadequacy, or my evil, whatever I see in myself, is not my inherent nature. It is something that is incidental. Now it can be removed. All I need to do is a determination that I want to become saint. I want to become complete. So that's how Isvara comes into our life. On the first day we quoted the verse from Bhagavad Gita. Yatah pravrutte bhutana yena sarvamidam tadam. That line we explained for 2 days. Who is Isvara? One, from whom the whole universe, who is the creator and source of the whole universe, and one who pervades the universe. So Vedanta presents Isvara as both immanent as well as transcendent. Immanent, all-pervasive, as well as transcendent. Other traditions present Ishvara as transcendent. When they say Father, that means it transcends. We don't deny that. But it does not only transcend, it pervades everything. They would think that there cannot be Ishvara in his name and form. No, he said that whatever is Ishvara. So we first worship Ishvara, that is immanent. Ultimately, to know with Ishvara, there is transcendence. That's a process. In Vedanta, they use the expression Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. Saguna Brahma, Ishvara with attributes. Creator, sustainer, dissolver, omniscient, omnipotent. Worship Him. Swakarmana tamabhyarche, worshipping Him through your actions, through your duties. So first thing to do is perform the duties in our life. What is duty? Swami, how do I know what is my duty in a given situation? Generally we know what is right in a given situation. More often than not, in every situation there are two choices. One choice is what is right. Second choice is what I like. What I like and what is right. These two claimants are there. In my mind, in fact, both these fellows are there. There is one in my mind who wants to do what is right. There is another in my mind who wants to do what is convenient. Somebody who wants to cross all the T's and dot all the I's and wants to do what is right. But very often that fellow's voice is overwhelmed by the other fellow who is selfish, who is greedy, who is insecure. So there is an insecure person in me. All selfishness arises from insecurity. What will happen to me? Hey, don't give away. What will happen to you? So when you are ready to give some charity, some little, to even a beggar in India, when you see the beggar and see him suffering, then your first impulse is to, pull out 100 rupee bill and give him. But then when part of my mind says, wait, 100, that's a lot of money, don't give it to this person, give 50. Give 20, give 10, give 5, give 1 rupee. Ultimately, I wind up giving 1 rupee by the time I give it. There is somebody in me who is insecure. From insecurity comes greed. From insecurity comes likes and dislikes, attachment and avoidance. All of these are products of insecurity. Why am I insecure? Everybody is insecure. Why? Because I find myself an inadequate, limited being, a needy being. So my conclusion about myself is that I am a needy person. And therefore constantly I am striving to fulfill my different needs. Vedanta says no. Do not function from the platform of need. Do not function from the platform of greed. Do not function from the platform of insecurity. Meaning, do not give reality to your sense of insecurity. If you do, it will perpetuate. Remind yourself that insecurity is not my nature. Fullness is my nature. But I don't feel full, Swami, I feel insecure. Doesn't matter what you feel. Therefore, what is reality is that fullness and wholeness is the nature. See, that makes sense also. Even though normally we feel inadequate, incomplete, small, limited, there are moments when we feel complete. There are moments. Some moments come when we become ecstatic. Something happens which is unexpected. I become extremely happy. I get lost in that happiness for a moment. So when there is a moment of happiness, when I'm ecstatic, when I'm lost, what happens at that time? At that time, the duality between I and the happiness goes away. I merge into happiness. There's only one flame of happiness, which is boundless. So there are moments when we do experience boundlessness. When sense of individuality also goes away, then again it comes back. The moments when they go away. And that is the reality about ourselves. It's most amazing. What I feel for 24 out of 24 hours, what I feel for 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds is not the reality about myself. But 1 second when I feel happy, that is the reality about myself. Unbelievable, that's what it is. So then that becomes my objective. When I lost myself in the total happiness. So those experiences, in fact, experience of deep sleep tells us also. In the deep sleep or dreamless sleep, we are totally free, totally secure, totally free from all sorts of inadequacy. How do we say that? Because everybody looks forward to the experience of sleep, deep sleep. Everybody looks forward to that. Then nobody is willing to sacrifice sleep. Unless you have to, that's a different thing, but you don't otherwise. And you have to watch everybody, how they prepare carefully for the sleep. Right kind of bed, right kind of bed sheet, right kind of pillow, right height of the pillow, right kind of pullover, right kind of comforter, whatever. A fan at the right speed, or air conditioner, right temperature. I'm not so careful or particular about anything else, but I'm so particular about this because that shows that I'm looking forward to a very pleasant experience. In the morning when the alarm sounds, I just shut it off. I'm most reluctant to come out of that experience. And look forward to entering that experience and very reluctant to come out of that. That shows that experience is one of happiness, one of freedom. So that is our nature. However, Lord Krishna says, do not function from the platform of insecurity act as though you are a complete being. Even though you feel incompleteness inside, you act as though you are complete. You know then what happens? An incomplete, inadequate, insecure person is always begging, asking. Whatever action he performs for satisfying his self-centered desires. Our Swami calls him a consumer. A consumer is I want. That I means that's the ego. I want all the time. My attempt is to satisfy that little ego. Unfortunately, ego is like fire. More I satisfy the ego, more demanding it becomes. Nobody in the world can satisfy the ego. We try to satisfy ego of other people also to make them happy, regardless of what you do. More you do for them, more they ask. Because ego is like fire, can never be satisfied. My life has been this constant struggle to satisfy this stupid ego. I can never be successful. Stop that process and start the process, reverse the process. Instead of being a consumer, become a contributor. Instead of being a seek, instead of asking for things, start giving things. Become a contributor. So paropakara is called. Paropakara means help others. Because the whole universe is functioning in the spirit of paropakara or helping others. All elements of nature invariably give themselves away for the happiness of others. Paropakaraya vibhati surya. The sun shines, illumines the whole world with no expectation. Gives light and energy to the whole world, just in service to the world. Paropakaraya vahanti nadyaha. The rivers also flow for no personal agenda, simply to serve all the people in the plains. Paropakaraya phalanti vrikshaha. The trees give rise to fruits. They never eat their own fruits, always for others. Meaning that wherever we see in the nature, the spirit is one of paropakara, one of helping, serving, self-sacrifice. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says how the universe is manifestation of self-sacrifice, how the universe goes on because of yajna or self-sacrifice. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna uses the word yajna. Yajna means it is a fire ritual in which offerings are made. A fire ritual in which offerings are made to Devatas. But Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita gives a broad meaning to the word yajna. Any action where selfishness is sacrificed. Where I offer myself, when there is spirit of offering, any action can be called yajna. Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhosi, dadasi, yat tapassati kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Lord Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in the fire, whatever charity you make, whatever penance you perform, whatever you do it in a manner that it becomes an offering to me. Doesn't matter how much you offer, it is spirit of offering. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. It's not that he wants big things. Patram, just a leaf. Pushpam, a flower. Toyam, water. Phalam, a fruit. Yome, meaning that things that are available without any effort. You don't have to spend money for this. They're all available. Yome bhaktya prayachati. Who offers me with bhakti of devotion. Important is the spirit of devotion. spirit of offering. I want to make myself do that. Fake it till you make it. Fake it means what? Pretend. As though you are a complete person. You are a secure person, not insecure. In course of time, you make it. That's called yoga. Yoga is the process of making, faking till you make it. So thus, bringing Isvara into our life. Who is Isvara? Who is manifest as this universe. And what is the spirit we find in the universe? One of being helpful, one of helping, one of serving, one of self-offering. That's what we find in the universe. It's called yajna. So being that yajna, the Lord is manifest as the harmony in the universe. That harmony is yajna or self-offering. And bring the spirit in your life. That's how we bring Ishvara into our life. Also, as you say, very often there is a conflict between what is right and what I like. My mind wants to often take a shortcut. Because sometimes doing what is right is painful. If what is right is easy, nobody will ever sacrifice that, Basically, everybody loves truth. Everybody loves righteousness. And no price to be paid, everybody will be truthful. The question of sacrificing truth comes when there is a value. When I have to in fact give a value, when I have to spend something, sacrifice something for truth, then there is a question. Meaning that if I can speak truth without losing anything, I'll be happy to do. But suppose I lose $5, $10, no problem. $15, $100, $500. I have to think, for speaking truth, $500 is a lot of money. And still I am $1,000, $5,000. Meaning everybody has a value. How much I am willing to sacrifice for the sake of truth or for the sake of righteousness, for the sake of doing what is right. Meaning that doing what is right very often requires me to sacrifice. Basically, what am I sacrificing? Only my ego, my self-centeredness. That's all that is sacrificed. But they are so dear to me right now. Difficulty in sacrificing is so dear. My ego is so dear to me. And whatever is dear to you also is very dear to me. Therefore, I am so difficult in parting with that. Therefore, it requires a great determination. That ego is not to be satisfied, dharma is to be satisfied. What is right is what is beneficial to me, not what is convenient. What is right versus what is convenient. See, in a Western country like Canada, it's easy to live a life of doing what is right, basically. In some other countries, it becomes more and more difficult. In countries like India, it becomes more difficult. Where what is convenient, what prevails, what is right is difficult to find. But forget about that. Even the small day-to-day situations also, we find ourselves compromising what is right. We tell one little lie because I want to protect myself. I don't want to reveal what is truth. One Mahatma said that, look, even a husband also does not reveal everything to his wife. Or a wife does not reveal everything to the husband. Because a relationship will not last at all if I reveal everything. And then I keep something to myself, always. Always something to hide, because there is a sense of inner shame. And then I want to hide something about myself. There are things about myself that I do not like. There are aspects of myself that I'm not happy with, and that I always want to hide them. So there is always some dishonesty in myself. It is not simply corruption in terms of money, in terms of being honest. Sometimes it's so difficult to be honest. Swami, what is your salary? I don't want to reveal my salary because it's a big thing, That's all, Swami. What? So I want to, present myself as a big person. So the need to present myself as a successful person, as a big person, because I need respect from others, I need approval from others. The need of approval from others makes us dishonest. Because I do not approve of myself. Once I start approving myself and become free from the need of approval from others, then I will not have hesitation in being honest. So it's a process of growth, understand? This is the process of self-growth. Doing what is right, learning and growing. Swakarmana tvabhyarcha siddhim Viditatmananda. Lord Krishna says, worshipping Isvara with one's own actions. That every action becomes an act of worship to Isvara. When you perform the puja, every action is performed with the spirit of worship, all right. So that also is important to do. Because when we are with the Lord, it's much easier to maintain the spirit of worship in our mind because I'm with the Lord. And I need not be, I can be open with the Lord. I can be honest. I know that He's not going to reject me. So the reason why we are not honest because we feel afraid of being rejected, afraid of being disapproved, afraid of being not loved. And being accepted, being approved, being loved is so much of a need. So there is a puja. When you worship of the Lord, in your puja room or your temple, it becomes important. Because when you are with your Ishtadevata like Lord Krishna or Rama, you know that the Lord always accepts you. He is not going to reject you. Here is one place where you are secure, where you are not going to be rejected. Therefore, you can afford to be honest. You can afford to be as you are. Without having to, there is no pretension required. I don't want to pretend to be different from what I am. Otherwise, my life is nothing but pretension. Only the facade is there. The way I show myself is different from what I really am. There's one place where I need not pretend. Where? When I am in front of Bhagavan, in front of my altar. I know that here is a place where I will not be rejected. I can afford to be honest and tell Him what I am. So that is why that puja becomes important. Prayer becomes important. Worship becomes important. All of it becomes important because I can be what I am. I can at that time invoke the true devotee from me. See, when I am interacting with the world, it becomes difficult to invoke the devotee from me because the world keeps on pushing my buttons. Even when I want to do something for you, you keep pushing some button. Because this fellow has met me after 50 years. He used to be my friend. I'm so happy to see him. Then he says, Swami, do you remember what you did that time, You remember what you did in the exam? How you cheated? He reminds me of something that I won't forget. Meaning that the world has an uncanny knack of pushing the button. Therefore, it's so difficult to be honest and being devoted. There is one place where no buttons are pushed. In that sense, the act of worship becomes a very important act. But the world keeps pushing the buttons. Let the world push the buttons. Then I know what buttons I have and what buttons I have overcome. And that's how I slowly perform my actions as honestly as I can. as much in the spirit of offering as I can. Convert every situation as an opportunity to become a contributor. Our Swami used to say that whenever somebody comes before me, the first thought that occurs in my mind is, how can I be useful to this person? Swami used to say that whenever anybody comes before me, the first thought is, how can I be useful to the person? I used to say, whenever somebody comes before me, my first thought is, how can I use this person? There are two ways of relating to others. How can I use them, or how can I be useful to them? That's the spirit. They just change. How can I use? That is my self-centeredness. How can I be useful? That's my offering. Therefore, I'm asking every situation, every small interaction also, ask this question, how can I be useful? And we can be, if you decide, we can be useful in every situation in some way. Bring a chair. You see that there is a needy person, bring a chair from that here. After this talk is over, put the chair back. Whatever. Little things. Always an opportunity to do little things. If you want to. This you become a useful person. You become a giving person. Become an offering person. And slowly, you know what happens is, the beauty about the whole thing is that the reward is immediate. The reward of performing even one act of kindness is immediate. Because when I perform one act of kindness, there is an immediate satisfaction in my heart. Immediate. Because I know that if I was in that situation, this is how I would have liked to be treated. So when I treat another person as I would have liked to be treated, then I know that I'm doing something which is right. I'm doing something which is virtuous. And right away, it creates in me a sense of satisfaction. A sense of self-worth, happiness. Thus, every act of kindness creates in me right away happiness, a sense of self-satisfaction, sense of self-worth, and this is the way to slowly come out of the low self-esteem. We are diffident, we don't have much respect for ourselves, we don't have low self-esteem. This is the way to overcome that low self-esteem or a sense of self-dissatisfaction. By doing what is right, by performing one act of kindness. And as my mind discovers the value of it, you don't want to do more and more, because mind wants happiness. Formerly I was trying to get grab happiness. New formula is what? Become happy by giving happiness. Formerly I was a grabber. From that, I want to change into a giver. The right way of becoming happy is by giving happiness, not by grabbing happiness. Because the grabber will never be satisfied. He will want more and more. A giver discovers an immediate satisfaction. It's called drishtapalam, immediate result is there. And so you get convinced that this is the right process. As you discover the satisfaction in yourself, you are convinced that this is the right process. Swakarmana tamabhyacha siddhim vindatimanam. Lord Krishna says, by worshipping the Lord, who is all pervading, who is in the hearts of all. You serve anybody, you are serving the Lord. First, when you serve an altar, that is worshipping Lord, but if you have this attitude that Isvara is present in the self of all, He is in all living beings, not living beings, sentient, insentient, everywhere He is present. So when you do something for anybody, it is doing for Isvara. As long as I am doing something not for my ego, doing something for someone else, it is worship of Isvara. Siddhim vindati manam, Lord Krishna says, a person attains siddhi, person attains success in life. So true success is invoking that happiness from within myself. Because that happiness is without any cost. Happiness that comes from external source, you have a big price to pay. Happiness that comes from within myself comes free of cost. No price is to be paid. And how far can you grow? This is the process of how far can you grow? Our Swami used to say you can grow to a point where there is no more to grow. Meaning that you can become limitless. So that's the potential that this simple process has, called worshipping Isvara, making our whole life as a process of worship. Do whatever we do. Make Isvara be pleased. May Isvara in this form be pleased. May Isvara the Creator be pleased. May Isvara the order be pleased. Thus I align myself to the order, the harmony of the universe. That's how real success comes in the life. So this is the only way of becoming successful. People have wrong idea of what success is. They think success is something out of myself. Then when I'm a wealthy person, I'm a successful person, etc. No. They say success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is key to success. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is key to success. Therefore, real success is happiness, which is your own nature. More you bring to manifestation your true nature, more successful you are. And you have the potential of manifestation of totality that you are, most successful you are. A wise person is the most successful person. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatam atmanivatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadorchale. You discover that you become free from needs. What is meant by growth is discovering the satisfaction of myself, and I discover myself as free from requirements, free from needs, free from demands, free from need of any favor. Ultimately, you come to a point where you become free from all the needs. Vedhati yada kaman. Wise person is free from all the needs. He is the most totally non-demanding person. So what is the growth? Becoming progressively more and more non-demanding person. As we keep discover inner satisfaction, we become more and more non-demanding. We become totally non-demanding. The totally successful person. So who is the totally successful person? Or who is successful person? A non-demanding person is successful. More non-demanding you are, more successful you are. So that is the secret of success that Lord Krishna teaches, Siddhim Vindatimana. So that is how bring Isvara into our life. And ultimately establish the identity of Isvara. We start worshipping the Lord who is all pervasive. And to discover the transcendent Lord as our own self. First is called Bhakti, second is called Jnana. First step is Bhakti, devotion, second step is knowledge. We become prepared for the knowledge when we prepare ourselves with Bhakti